Hey, what's up guys? So in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Penelope. All right, so this part of the review, we're going to be going over the build quality and the materials used in the Penelope. So come check this out. We're going to give this a pretty high rating when it comes to build quality. It has a solid wood frame that have 4 post legs, which are solid wood. All the bolts recess into each leg, which is very solid. And it also has a steel frame. That's kind of impressive with the steel frame because it's very sturdy, right? You can't get that damaged even in the weather and the elements. And this, they do make an indoor-outdoor version of this table, which I think is probably why they use the steel frame. But as far as building quality and material goes, I'm going to give this one a 7. I think it's really good. The wood that they use, the finish is very strong. And when you see the rails at the end, I think overall it's a very good quality build. All right, so in this section, we're going to cover the ease of assembly. You're going to see a lot of videos in this section because honestly, this is probably one of the worst pool tables to assemble. I'm going to give it a score of a 1 just right off the bat because I'm going to show you why. So the internal construction of this table is the biggest pain in the ass. It looks great. It's an amazing build visually, but putting this thing together as an assembler is a pain in the butt. So I'm going to show you. So if you look right here, when you set the slate on here, you've got slate levelers, which is cool. It all works great and fine and dandy, but you can't level the slate from underneath the table with traditional shims. You have to use these guys, which sometimes don't always stay in place. They twist, they turn just like a standard bolt. Also, when you put the slate screws in, these are your margin of error right here. So the slate screws have to screw through here and hit the wood, which this is a steel frame, creates a very easy pain point right here. It's very easy to get this wrong. Also, these bolts, you have the individual pieces here, okay, are separated. And so we're going to attach one end to the other, and then also the ends bolt in 16 different bolts. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different points that we put the frame on, and we have to make sure that all of those are equidistant apart. So when we apply the rails to the slate at the very end of the install, is the very last thing that we do is put the rails on the table. If we get this wrong, the gap around the table from the rail to the base is going to be different around the table, and that is the #1 call out by all customers when you do this wrong, is the gap, because the rails don't have aprons. This is your apron, and depending on the assembly of the internal base frame is going to depend on that gap at the very end, and you're not going to really know unless you measure it. And if you get it wrong, you're going to have to take the whole thing apart. So that's why we gave this table a rating of a 1 for ease of assembly, because it's a pain in the ass. All right, guys, so when we talk about the aesthetics and the additional features of the Penelope pool table, it really has clean lines and a minimalist frame. I think really the two-tone contrast really stands out with the white base and that natural wood rail. This works good in any kind of like coastal areas or like industrial loft. Because it's a neutral combination, it really adds a contemporary feel, but it's a very clean and almost like airy look. This is something that with the neutral color palette really works well. I love how we added the black felt on top, so it really pops in the room. And then obviously it's something that is kind of like it integrates seamlessly for like a design forward home. It also includes a dining top. If you do purchase this from us, you get a matching dining top with this one, so that's an additional feature that's really adds to the thoughtful design. So to sum all of that up, we're going to give this a rating of an 8. Now to the brand review. This table is produced by Imperial. We've kind of spoke about them before. The team is fabulous at Imperial. They're great with communication. They're always quick to respond. The warehouse isn't the fastest, but it's not due to the team. I know their team out there, and they're really nice guys, and they've helped us out in a pinch. But overall, just for some problems that we've had in the past where it came from manufacturing, we give this brand a rating of a 6. I definitely don't think it's any representation of the people, more or less kind of some of the products that are being built. I think there's some improvement to be made there. All right, so for the value of your money, I think this is probably the most highlighted part of our reviews. This is what everyone wants to see, especially from a designer's perspective and a customer's perspective. And I have to say, I'm very happy to recommend this table. One, it's a beautiful looking table. It looks amazing, but it also has the ability for that matching dining top, which really sets it apart from most other tables. And it's one of the only few tables that I can recommend really as a dining table because of how small the aprons are on this table. It is as small a frame as possible, table, but it comes in at a price point of $4,929 in the 7-foot or 8-foot table, and that includes a matching dining top. Like normally a dining top's $1,200 plus the cost of the table, so being able to add that into the price is really impressive, and it's something that really Imperial are the only ones who do that. So for the value of your money, we're giving this a 9. I think they blow it out the park with this table. It's a beautiful table. And has amazing features that we can add on to it. It even has the option for matching benches too, so really impressed by this one. All right, so that brings the total for the entire pool table review for the Penelope white and acacia finish to a score of a 31. I know that sounds crazy. It sounds crazy to me because of how much of a beautiful and amazing table this is, but really it comes down to the ease of assembly and how simple it is to get this thing wrong. And I think that really highlights that you want to make sure that you're hiring a company when you're doing your pool tables that understand the back end of these things, that understand how to get these things wrong. In my opinion, it should rate higher than a 31, but due to the amount of expertise that is required to put these things together, that's really where the score comes in so low. So as long as you're hiring a reputable company to put one of these things together, I think you're going to get a very, very good bang for your buck. And if you're interested in purchasing one of these tables anywhere in the country, we can do that. You can go to ledfordbilliardsupply.com, search up the Penelope. You can purchase it on our website. If you need financing, you can apply through a firm directly on our website, or you can email us at ledfordbilliardsupply@gmail.com and we can take care of you.